Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is another great day to do some grieving and growing up. So, are you ready to hear the only way to get over grief? Come a little bit closer. You just have to go through it. Yeah. And I know, that's really not what most of us want to hear. We want the get healed quick plan, but that's just not how it works. And honestly, if you really start to embrace every challenge and realize that there's a lesson in each, you'll be better for it and stronger too. And to prove it to you, I'm going to give you an example from a time right after I lost both of my parents. So let's go back down memory lane. It's March 2012. I just got accepted into my dream school, which was the University of Miami, go Canes. My dad was over the moon about it. Okay, like the beaches of Florida is like the Bahamas to my dad. He was talking about how he was gonna come visit like every other month so he can go to the beach and we can hang out. We talked about how he was going to try to help me like financially as much as he could anyway, just to send me like a little change, every month, so that all of my work study money wouldn't just be depleted every month and I wouldn't be just like smack broke. And yeah, he was just so proud. He really was. And then 2 months later, on what was supposed to be my graduation day barbecue, what was supposed to be a happy day, literally 24 hours before I was supposed to walk across the stage, I instead woke up and found my dad dead. Hard to hear, I know. Harder to say. And this was just 2.5 short years after my mom collapsed in my arms at 16 and then also passed away. So, needless to say, my teenage years and high school career turned out much differently than I thought it would. So there I was now, 18, now with no mom and no dad. And it just felt like whatever the heaviest things on planet Earth that you can imagine were all sitting on my chest. And I just felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt paralyzed. Like my whole world, my whole future just flashed before my eyes. And I knew in that moment, I could make one of two choices. I could remain paralyzed, defer for a couple of years, start college later, move to a school closer by, both of which were being recommended by just about everybody around me at the time. Or I thought I could turn this grief, I can turn this situation into fuel and ask myself, what do you really have to lose? I mean, at this point, losing both of your parents, dealing with this back-breaking grief over these last couple of years has pretty much taken so much away from you. You can't let it have this. Your dreams still belong to you. Our dreams still belong to us. And guess which one I chose? If you guessed the second one, you're right. That first really hard decision that I had to make after, I guess, officially becoming a no parent person rippled into a series of hard choices that I gave myself permission to make. And every time grief tried to rear its ugly head, as it still does sometimes, I can always go back to that first real hard choice I had to make. I mean, that core memory is like locked in. And so I can always go back when grief tries to throw me off, when it tries to tell me that you're too broken to do something, you don't have enough support, whatever it is, I can go back and say, sis, you did this already. You've done this, and you can do it again. And I did. And it's got me this far. And although grief will be around in some form or fashion, probably always for the rest of our lives, we don't have to let it control us. But that's only if we choose to move through grief in order to work towards getting over it. And I'm telling you, you can do it too. So go ahead, gotta start practicing, go out and start making those hard decisions. Nobody's gonna do it for you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming back to my channel, or if you found my channel, thank you for even clicking on my video. I hope that you will subscribe. I hope that this video really helped you, and I will see you in the next one. I appreciate you. I believe in you. Be good.